the West Coast got to go. Their culture got to go. Their degeneracy got to go. Their bootlicking got to go. Their selling out got to go. Their gangbanging got to go. It all has to go. If black folks got any hopes of ever rising up and figuring things out, these West Coast sellouts can't come with us.
What it do, family? It's your boy TW, back at it again with another one. Yes, we are most definitely uncensored. We got some things going on. Like I always say, wouldn't be news and or content if we ain't had some things going on. Now, would it be? Talk to me nicely. Best believe I talk back. If you're new to the channel, like, share, most importantly, subscribe. Don't ever play yourself. Let's get into these reactions, shall we? Yes, we shall. Let's continue.
Today has never been more clear. The West Coast got to go. Their culture got to go. Their degeneracy got to go. Their bootlicking got to go. Their selling out got to go. Their gangbanging got to go. It all has to go. If black folks got any hopes of ever rising up and figuring things out, these West Coast sellouts can't come with us, man. This Young Thug, 21 Savage, and Atlanta drama today really proves why the West Coast got to go. See, we just watched Young Thug, 21 Savage, and Atlanta rappers come together to spark up this new movement, to save these babies from the streets, to uplift black people, to get us back on the right track, and to really save a lot of lives. And you know the only opposition to their positivity, you know the only people who are against the new positive movement that 21 Savage and Young Thug just launched? You guessed it, all right? The bootlicking West Coasters, okay? 21 Savage recently dropped an album called What Happened to the Streets. It looks like street dudes are finally using the two brain cells they have left to figure out there's nothing good about the streets. Now, the album itself was 21 Savage essentially talking about how, the streets used to be amazing. He don't know what happened to it right now. There's no code of honor to the streets, et cetera, et cetera. Again, just a stupid, low IQ conversation to have. There's nothing that has ever been good about the streets. The streets has always been bad. It's always been filled with crooks and degenerates and people who got nothing to offer. And these are people with no moral codes.
I can't speak for LA, and I'm not going to. So please, anybody from LA, I have people on my small channel that are actually from LA, and I'm not going to even attempt to speak for LA or any other state. Too much. Let me get to this point though, real quick, family. There are people in New York, my home state, who are into the same wave as pushing peace and stopping the gang culture, such as number one, well, I can't say number one, two people in mind that I know of, Zip with the Drip and Hocus for Fifth. It's kind of baffling how when these guys in Atlanta go through what they want to go through, and then all of a sudden say, oh, it's a push for peace. It seems like they're the ones that initiated, or it just seems a little pushed anyway. However, getting some valid points in this instance, but Poetik Flakko, you're not making valid points in the same instance, because there's a lot, let me rephrase that, because I was about to say something that didn't make no sense. So this is what I'm going to say. There were a lot of people that were in them streets that were not the people you insinuating they are. The nasty, derogatory people. Now, if you want to speak on people that partaked in really heinous things, cool. But we're not going to push the narrative that every person in the streets was just diabolically nasty person. That's a falsehood. And that we need to be very, very careful with, because they're going to use that against people. Just a whole fact. Just wanted to point that out there real quick. But we're going to let good old Poetik Flakko continue. Go ahead.
There's never been a thing called a code of conduct or a code of ethics or moral codes in the streets, bro. These Neanderthals can't even tell you if you ask them what moral compass they follow.
Real quick, family, I gotta disagree again. That is not true. You right now, Poetik Flakko, are consolidating every person in the street as one. No. There are, like I said a minute ago, people that were in the streets that were really good, great people. Wasn't trying to hurt nobody, just trying to survive, hustling to live. That's what they were doing. You're conflating. And that, like I said a minute ago, we need to be careful with, family. We cannot conflate everybody in the same instance. I'm pretty sure you're not conflating everybody in LA in the same instance, are you? I don't know, family. Don't ever play yourself. I'm not saying he is. What I'm saying is we have to be careful with the wordplay we use in the same token. That's all I'm saying. But let's continue.
Streets, gangbanging, Crips, Bloods, it was created by literal 15-year-olds. 15-year-olds created cripping and blooding, and they created the rules of the streets that 35-year-old grown men with damn near grandkids are following right now. That's how stupid these people are. Think about it for a second, bro. 35-year-olds are following the rules of the streets that 15-year-olds created. The streets ain't never disavowed robbing grandmamas, shooting babies, shooting up the parks where babies stay, rolling up in people's homes who got just as little as you.
He's conflating again. You're taking the people you're referring to, the dusty, dirty gang members, and you're placing them upon everybody in the streets. It's not everybody. It's just those particular people you're talking about. We need to keep it to the point, not conflate. But let's continue.
Right? Killing fathers, killing brothers, killing kids. They have never disavowed that. So,
real quick, family, I'm sorry, I got to do this. That is not true. That is absolutely not true. There are people in the streets who disavow you in killing or maiming anybody at any time for any reason. Yes, there are. Very much so. But let's continue.
What moral conduct did they ever have? No snitching, dodging accountability. So the streets ain't never had no rules. So don't ever listen to anybody who tell you, oh man, what happened to the streets? Bro, y'all been fools. Y'all been clowns. Y'all been degenerates, bro. Right? Y'all are the worst group of people to ever grace this planet. Y'all are disgusting, trifling human beings. We don't like y'all.
Real quick, family. To find out that blooding and cripping started out by 14 and 15-year-olds, that has to change the dynamics in some people's mind. It's not going to change the dynamics in everybody. Some people just ain't going to care because this just is what it is. However, you got to say one thing. If that is the truth, what the hell am I doing? What are you doing? He's absolutely right. Fruit of the poisonous tree. A lot of you know what that means. Oh, yeah. A lot of you know exactly what that means. Fruit of the poisonous tree. That's what that has become. But let's continue.
21 Savage dropped an album asking what happened to the streets. Now, he followed this up on Twitter where I guess his album really wasn't well received because you didn't really do anything on that album to really preach against the streets. All you said was, hey, man, we used to really get busy, but now the streets is flawed. That's not even a conversation starter when it comes to fixing our issues. So I guess to make up for that album, he took to Twitter and he took to social media to really make his message felt, which is F the streets. To further show that he's really against the streets and everything that comes with it, 21 Savage took to Twitter to let Young Thug know that he needs to forgive Gunna for quote-unquote snitching, Because the street ish ain't nothing coming out of it, bro, but trauma. All right. So let's get rid of the street codes and the street rules and let's start living our lives like civilians, okay? So 21 Savage tagged Gunna, he tagged Young Thug, and he says, y'all ninjas fix that ish. Y'all love each other, ninja. You knew Gunna wasn't no gangster where he told the first time and we swept it under the rug. For you. You know he wasn't trying to leave you to hang. Ninja F the streets. We ain't get ish but trauma from that ish, bro.
Family. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. What do you mean, Saint Laurent Dawn? We swept it under the rug for you. You knew he wasn't trying to leave you. Family, are you seeing this? You swept it under the rug the first time? Oh yeah. Why would you make this tweet? Why would you put this out there and say this? We swept it under the rug for you the first time. Oh, so you're saying you know that the people in Atlanta are actually telling, and you're sweeping it under the rug. We're not here for that, family. Who cares? I don't give a goddamn. You shouldn't either. Only thing we care about right now is you keeping it solid. That's the only thing we care about. We ain't here to stunt who told on who. That ain't our job. We don't care about none of that. You know what we care about? You going on these interviews and saying you knew he told already. You ain't never do that though. I wonder why that is. You knew he told already, and we swept it under the rug for you the first. You can't make this shit up, family. Nah, you can't. Let's continue.
Get rid of that street code, man. Gunna told, but we moving on from the street, so we don't care about snitching no more, bro. Right? Y'all fix it. Y'all work it out. He got a lot of backlash from this. Like he got a lot of backlash from telling Young Thug to forgive snitching because snitching is like the cardinal sin in the streets.
The cons always.
Hold on, family. He got a lot of backlash for telling him to forgive him. No, he needs to get backlash for the shit he said about they knew he did it before and they swept it under the rug. That's what he needs to get backlash about. Let's continue.
Outweigh the pros of the street. Because you're asking, go to jail or you can die, you can get robbed.
But it was worth it because you can get some real money. You can grind up.
Right, you can get some money. Now, your ass can't go buy nothing and come up off no block, nowhere. It's probably two hoods in Atlanta that you can just really block serve for real.
Turn something into nothing.
You get what I'm saying? And grind for real. But you can't as a young nigga, you can't grind no more. These young niggas, it's really like an oxymoron. Is that what it's called? Oxymoron, where some shit just don't make sense. Goddamn, you signing up for some shit to only die or go to jail. Back in the day, you was signing up to shit, get some money, might die, might go to jail. Now you only signing up to die or go to jail.
Back in the day, you gonna get some money before you do one or the other.
Right.
Before you die or go to jail, 9 times 10, you gonna get some money. Yeah. It's like,
but the cons still outweigh the pros back then too. That's what I'm saying. Now I'm saying it ain't no pros. It's nothing but cons. Back then it was like, all right, it's some pros to this shit, but the cons is kind of higher though, because if they catch your ass, they gonna do it to you. But goddamn now, there's no pros at all. You're literally getting in the street to die or go to jail.
Niggas don't even, that's crazy. Niggas, I was just thinking about that on the way here. Niggas don't even introduce themselves as.
She's saying some good stuff, so I would allow it. Y'all know my rule, bro. I'm against former street dudes trying to be advocates in the black community because advocacy usually comes with social currency you can spend for goodwill. And only in our community do we allow that. Think about it for a second, bro. A Nazi soldier would never be considered an advocate. And even if he tries, he'll be shunned and condemned.
You're conflating again, mixed matching just people from the streets. There are genuine people who used to be low down dirty shames. They ain't that. And they mean what they say when they say it. Do not think that them people cannot speak for us, because they are, and they can. Making valid points, but you're just doing a lot of conflating there, my guy.
Advocate for our sovereignty. No, we have to be our own advocates, okay? It's good that you stop oppressing us, but you get out the way and let us lead. That's how that works, okay? But 21 Savage is saying some good stuff. And it looks like other people, his peers, are following his lead. Because this caused a trickle effect on social media for the positive right before these West Coast demons try to stop it. Young Thug took to Twitter to publicly denounce the streets, tagging 21 Savage, letting him know he's on board with the movement. G Herbo also took to Twitter to denounce the streets, and he wrote F the streets. YFN Lucci also disavowed the streets, and he wrote F the streets, tagged 21 Savage. Pooh Shiesty also disavowed the streets, and he put traumatized F the streets, and he also tagged 21 Savage. He's seen a rapper from Memphis, Atlanta, Chicago, New York, all coming together to say F the streets, all coming together to say a change needs to happen. These babies can't just keep dying. Gang violence needs to stop. Our communities are going to waste. We need to get it together. We don't know what the answer is, but all we know is how we live in ain't the answer. You got powerful rappers in the industries coming together to fix this. And right when we thought we had a breakthrough with Black America, as Black folks, right when we thought we're about to get on page, we're about to stay on code and ride for us. You know the only coast that didn't have a rapper come out and say F the streets too and disavow the streets? As a matter of fact, maybe asking to disavow is too much. You know the one coast I seen where they were coming out and speaking up against the positivity and speaking up against disavowing the streets, against saving these babies, against ending Black death? You know the only coast? You guessed it, bruh. The West Coast Neanderthals, okay? The West Coast sellouts, man. They were coming to Twitter in droves. In droves. To talk about how, nah, hold on, bro. What y'all mean after the streets? Nah, hold on. Nah, I love the streets, man. Now, one person that I'll give a pass to is Blueface. Blueface just got out of jail. Right, so he may be still institutionalized, but I've seen Blueface publicly just outright say, man, F this, man, hell nah, man, I love the streets, man. Mr. You gonna respect this crippin' bit? He wrote, you square-eyed ninjas should have never jumped off the curb. Shaking my head, man, slapping emoji, bruh. How dare y'all talk about stop the killing these Black men? Man, cut it out, man. Y'all squares, bro. Get back in the crib, bruh. Blueface will also continue to put, he love the streets. Now, again, Blueface just got out of jail. He's still institutionalized.
No. We're not going for that. He's still institutionalized. No. He loves the streets. It is what it is. He loves the streets. Let him love the streets. Quite frankly, what else is he going to do with a face full of nasty tattoos? Think about that. He has a face of nasty tattoos. He ain't getting no goddamn job nowhere. He needs to be doing what he's doing in order to keep himself relevant. So I honestly can't blame him. Be for real about it.
This is an excuse, okay? I'm not going to go too hard since he is fresh up out of prison, but this is disappointing to me, man. Fans of the West Coast began to call upon West Coast personalities and rappers to also disavow the streets, to join in, to do something positive for Black folks. Some were even saying, yo, Kendrick Lamar, Watch the Party Die, was even talking about this. Y'all should get on board with what Kendrick had going on. He was trying to also convey the same message that 21 Savage is conveying right now. Kendrick Lamar cousin Hitter J3 got wind of this, and he tweeted, the party dying ain't got itch to do with the streets, exclamation. So this is really important to him. But he didn't just stop here, though, right? He continued to All Lives Matter, the F the Streets movement. So he tweets out, save the streets, help the streets, which is just textbook All Lives Mattering. Like, when we say Black Lives Matter, we're not saying that all lives don't matter. When we say F the streets, we're saying F gang violence, F mass incarceration.
Poetic, I think you might be reading that wrong. When people say save the streets, That's the same meaning as F the streets. It's just not using a dirty word like F the streets. So they're saying save the streets. Now, let me say this, family. They in LA. So to give him the benefit of the doubt, maybe he knows what he's talking about over there. I don't know. I can't, I'm not from there. I don't know. Somebody from LA tell me if what Poetik Flakko is saying is true or is more what I'm saying is true. I believe because over here in New York, they saying save the streets. You see the difference? Yeah, F the streets, but we're saying save the streets, be saving the kids in the streets. That's the point of save the streets. That's what I think he meant. But I could be wrong. Again, I'm not from over there. So again, we got to give him the benefit of the doubt to saying he knows what he's talking about over there until somebody from over there comes over here on this platform and says he doesn't know what he's talking about. You got it. I ain't got no choice, family. He's there, not us, not me, rather. Let's continue.
F babies dying, F drug and crime ridden societies, environments, F it all. We're not saying F poor people or F the hood. That's nonsense. All right? Because the majority of people who are in the hood, who are in these impoverished environments, they don't do no street stuff. They're not outside killing people. These people go to work every day. So when you say save the streets, exactly what are you saving about the streets? The hood and the streets are not are not the same thing. The hood and the streets are very different. The hood is just impoverished environments, right? That people who are there due to circumstances, those are good people who don't do no crimes, who don't go to jail, who work probably 2 or 3 jobs to feed their families. It's only a small percentage of you hooligans, you Neanderthals who are in the streets that are making the living conditions in those environments unbearable. We're not saving y'all. It's time for y'all to go, bruh. And it's no coincidence that the one time it seems that hip hop is getting serious to start a movement to end the streets.
Okay, family. This is a different ball game. I see where he's going now throughout all of this. I see why he started off in the beginning the way he did. I see why Flakko, you think you slick. This is a slick guy, family. Talk to me nicely. Best believe I talk back. I see what's going on here. He don't want to save the streets. He just said it. He wants to get rid of them completely. Wipe them off. Avita say, go bye-bye. That's what he wants. Oh, okay. Well, you should have just said in the beginning, bro. You should have said that. We're not saving, don't save. You should have said that's how you felt from the beginning. I'd have left. Man, I wouldn't have had to say a whole bunch of stuff that I said in the beginning if you said that leading off. Man, let's continue, family.
To save these babies. The West Coast is the only coast stepping up to go against it. It's not a coincidence. I'm telling y'all, bruh. It's not a coincidence at all. Think about everything that ever went wrong in hip-hop. Bro, think about it. Every and all things that ever went wrong in hip-hop, who was behind it? When Tupac died, who killed Tupac? Okay. When Biggie died and sent hip-hop into a Great Depression. When New York finally had a rising star after defeating the Great New York Depression, where for a couple of years there, bro, I'll be real, we was asking, who's the next great New York rapper? Pop Smoke came. Who killed him? Hey, bro. Who sparked the movement that sent hip-hop into the current depression we're currently in and having country music overtake us? Who sparked the current divide in hip-hop that started stand wars? That divided hip-hop. Now,
I ain't gonna hold you. He's saying some things right now. He's saying some things right now, family. He's saying some things right now. Don't never play yourself. Talk to me nicely. Best believe I talk back. The way he just put that, holy, that was diabolical. That was diabolical. Wow. And it was
Nations
very
don't
good.
exist. Now, we're not charting as we used to because we're all divided and we're infighting and we're boycotting actual albums from hip hop stars because of Stan Wars. Who started the downfall of hip hop in 2025? Y'all answer that question. Y'all know. I ain't gonna say, y'all know. So every time it's time for us to rise up and come together, who gets in the way? The West Coast. They murder your favorite rapper. They started gang culture that has spread to almost every inner city in America. Because of the West Coast, every inner city in America is drug and crime ridden because of the West Coast and their culture, right? Y'all come here for a better life and to get away from violence, and they kill y'all. We try to uprise, like we try to really do something positive for ourselves. Now who's in the way? The West Coast. At what point do we say, hey, bruh, West Coast culture gotta go? And the thing about these West Coast dudes, they don't really understand it. Like they don't see the Atlanta dudes like they're smart. See, Young Thug understand fairly quickly. The people are getting sick and tired of the streets. We're not asking for your permission we're gonna get rid of it. It's only for you to decide, are you gonna go along with it or are you gonna say, you know what? I'm gonna join the consensus.
Whoa. You heard what that man just said, family? We're going to get rid of it. We're going to get rid of it. To you to figure out if you're going to join the man, I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but that sounds like some that sounded serious, like a threat. I ain't gonna hold you, family.
Very, very keen. And this is when I realized, okay, they're getting a message. They're understanding we're fed up and we're not going for it anymore. Young Thug said on Big Bank, man, this snitching stuff ain't about the streets, man. Man, streets is dumb. This the man code. And the reason why he switched it up from the street code to the man code, because he understands people are against the streets. Folks think the streets are stupid. Now their verbiage and their dialogue is changing to reflect the change of times. He purposely went on Big Banks and refused to say street code and refused to endorse the streets. He didn't begin to switch it up. No, this is the man code. Nah, snitch ain't got itch to do with no man code, bruh. Y'all stick to the street code. That's how you knew times was changing, bruh. Where now they even terrified to represent the streets. So these West Coast dudes, let them go ahead. And
he has a valid point there. I can't hold you. That is not man code. That is street code. Because man code is to take care of your family. That's what man code is. Man code is to know I can't just gun somebody down in the streets just because. That's man code. Street code is, yes, I can. It's two different things. Man code is not, oh, I don't call the police on you when you do something to me. Yes, they do. What are you talking about? You know what civilians do? Have legitimate guns, and you do something to them, they shoot you. Potentially, you might die, you might not. But if you do die, and if you don't die, they call the police right after. And then the police come and lock your ass up and take you to the hospital. That's how that goes. So you can't be a non-street dude standing on man code and shoot somebody and not call the police. That's not how that works. You have police when you have a legal gun, because that's what you're supposed to have. It's not supposed to be illegal. Think about it. Come on, it's not that serious. Oh yes, it is. It is very serious, especially to him. But you know what I wonder though, family? Doesn't he work with Adam 22? So all the gang members on No Jumper. You're talking about them too. You got to get rid of them too. If you get rid of them, then there's no more No Jumper. It's only going to be what? Whack 100 and Adam? That's it. I don't know how that's going to fly, but let them keep going.
Advocate for gang violence. Let them go ahead and advocate for the streets. Let them do it. It's our job and it's our responsibility to galvanize, to come together and get them out of here. The West Coast got to go. Okay? Now, I'm not talking about violence. I'm talking about their music got to go. The gangbangers got to go. We have to ostracize them and treat them like pariahs. We have to make sure they're no longer involved. All right? And here's how you do it. You don't collaborate with them. So, for example, if you are a musician and there's a West Coast gangbanger who is on his West Coast time and who is really gangbanging and he's pushing for violence, hey, bro, we're not even going to rock with you, bro. We don't even acknowledge you. If you a podcaster, man, we're not even covering you. Man, y'all, bye, bro. Just start to act like they don't even exist until they get on board. Until they get on board with the program. Because if you're not staying on code, bro, you got to go, homie. Straight up. So who gonna say it, though?
Family. I'm not going to hold you. He said some things in there, family. He said some things. You, Poetik Flakko, you did do some conflating, and I'm going to explain again one more time. Because there are some people who went through the fire and came back out that fire and changed their life. And they're willing to fight for that change you're asking for. You got to keep that in mind. Or rather, let me rephrase that, family. Keep this in mind. A lot of the people you're referring to, you think is going to help you, they ain't. They ain't got no backbone. And if you think I'm joking, you'll see they don't have no backbone. And a lot of the older dudes, not going to hold you. A lot of the older dudes, they're scared of the young dudes. No joking. They're scared of the young dudes. But you have them ones, them older ones. This is why I'm saying what I'm saying, family. It's going to be the unsuspected people to stand up for this fight Poetik is asking for. It's not going to be the people he's thinking it's going to be. That I can already tell you. How can I tell you? It's happening in New York. Yeah, you got some people that were sturdy and this and that, but then you got a whole lot of people who went through some things and they changed and they're the backbone because they're not afraid of the younger generation. Believe me when I tell you, a lot of people, family, a lot of dudes is afraid of the young dudes. I've seen it firsthand. And if you took this some type of way, put in the comment section. Talk to me nicely. Best believe I talk back. Don't ever play yourself. You took it that way because you felt it in your heart. Yeah, if you felt some type of way, what I just said, I'm specifically talking to you. You scared of the young niggas. Straight like that. A person can't tell me they not. They can't. I seen it, family. I seen younger generation men tell older generation men, I will go in your mouth. They don't have to fight no more. So the fight that you need to go against those younger generation people, Poetik Flakko, ain't those people you think it is. They don't got the backbone no more. And that's not even to be disrespectful. That's a whole
gunshot.
Bang, bang, you're dead.
Checkmate, motherfucker.
With that said, family, y'all already know what it is. It's your boy TW. And yes, we are most definitely uncensored. Don't ever play yourself. This is Uncensored TV.
Stand tall or lose it all, lose it all. So what you wanna do, huh? Stand tall on your feet or lose it all, lose it all. So what you wanna do, huh? Stand tall on your feet or lose it all, lose it all. So what you gonna do, huh? Stand tall or lose it all, stand tall or lose it all. I get to gunning like a gangster movie. This ain't no gangster movie, homie. This is real life, one of a kind. I'm not different, I'm a